So, we're here to ask a few questions about your organization
Yes.
for our project in school. So, first of all, what is your name and position?
I'm Attorney Michelle Yu. I'm the current president of the Zonta Club of Alabang. And for the past, I've been holding positions also in the board.
What is your organization about? Can you tell us more of what you do and its goal?
Okay. So the Zonta Club of Alabang is actually an organization of women which really wants to advance the status of women worldwide. So it is actually part of an international organization which is Zonta International. And we have membership in almost all of the countries all over the world. So our organization is only in Alabang. In the Philippines alone, we have around 65 clubs all over the Philippines, in the provinces. And all of us work together with one goal in mind.
Oh, that's nice. So, how did your organization start?
We started foremost, as with any organization, there's a mother organization. For example, a few of our members were actually members of Zonta Montevideo. When it became a bigger district, what we did was the other members started to create. It's an offshoot of another club. And all over the place, like for example, Zonta Alabang, we're also mandated to create another Zonta, probably in the province, hopefully in Aklan, since I'm from the province. So that's how we all start.
Okay. How about the problems of your organization? Like, what are the problems that your organization is currently facing?
Well, so far, no. For example, for myself, I'm elected for a period of 2 years. So the challenge for me is to put as much public service that we can do in only so short a time. So initially, how we start our year is we plan what are the projects that we would like to embark on. For example, since we are, as I said, we're part of an international organization, we are actually tied in with the United Nations. We work with them, with UNIFEM, and all over the world, globally, they discuss what are the problems that women are facing all over the world, right? So, given that, they decide on, let's say, a banner project for all of the Zontas. This year alone, we had this banner project, which is Zonta says no to violence against women and children. So, all of us here, we need to do an advocacy and set up, and think of something to raise awareness. So, first, if you have that goal, you would say that, is there really a problem? Kasi the way we address it, no. But there are just some challenges. So, for example, we want to reach as many people as we can. Diba?
Yeah.
So, first, we need to raise funds. And we start by having a bazaar, which is the Zonta Christmas Carnival Bazaar. So, this project has been here for 8 years. This is where we get our funds. It is very successful, and we earn around a small amount, around 1.5 in a year, and that's what we use to start our projects. So first, funding. So we solve it by having a fundraising project.
Yeah.
And then we allocate those funds for the next year. That's it. So first of all, syempre, how will you work when you don't have funding? So that's the first.
So, how about your projects? What are your current banner projects, and how does it work in your organization?
Okay, so in our organization, we are only 24 women. At the start of the year, we plan what we want or what interests us, because each member would have a certain passion. So look at this. This is one of our projects. It's actually setting up a library for the children of the SOS. What we did, this is our current project. What we did is we adopted the SOS village and we did a feeding program. SOS is a home for orphan children.
Okay.
They are being adopted, and we have like a mother who takes care of around 9 to 10 in one home. So what we did, we started to teach the mother about how to feed the children. In line with that, we created an organic farm in their backyard. And we taught them how to take care of the farm, to be self-sustaining. We also taught them about juicing and healthy eating for the children.
Yeah.
And of course, we also did projects like arts and crafts directed to develop the talents of the children, as well as to have a sense of bonding and camaraderie with them. And there are also teams in this SOS village. What we did, we made what we call the C Club. So there's a Zonta club, and we made the teens as our little sisters. It's called the C Club. So what did we do? Every month we would have a project with them. So probably one is about health and fitness. So nag-Zumba kami. Okay, so another is we taught them about manners, etiquette, and how to conduct themselves in public. So,
Yeah.
and then we taught them some cooking, some baking, but all of that is under the guise of teaching them values. So each month there's a value that's being taught to them in relation. So and then we did a chat with them. So to talk about, for them to maybe, of course, get to know, for us to get to know them, be the big sister, discuss with them what their problems are, basically somebody to, just to be there for them.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, because we become friends. And then, of course, this one, for the children, what we did, we donated the books. This was handled actually by one person, who is Trisha Garcia, and she decorated it. She conceptualized everything. So that's how we work in the club. One person is the head of the project, and all of the members give their full support. So what are their banner projects this year? So aside from this SOS, one member is a doctor, and she started with Nanay for Healthy Livers. So the target there is to vaccinate as many pregnant women in Muntinlupa as we could, and raise the awareness about how to make sure that their children are vaccinated as well. Because vaccination is free in the barangay. The problem is the parents don't bring their children regularly. So it takes 3 doses for Hep B to take effect. So we embarked on that. We did the free screening, and we also did free vaccination. So that's a health aspect.
So this library is a current project of yours?
Yes, it is an ongoing project. So as much as possible, when we start a project, one of the problems that we actually face with is, for example, I'm elected for 2 years, so we have these projects, but it may lack continuity given that next year, the president might want to do something else. So what we're doing really are, you can consider them as drops in a big bucket. Though you want to help, yes, vaccinate a few, you cannot reach all. Though you want to provide this library, yes, given the space, the books are not replenished, or it's not a continuing project. For example, we need to renovate it, we need to do other, let's say, reading programs, or invite speakers, or do something more. Tapos, so like that. So the projects are really like, sometimes it's a one-time thing, not too concentrated in one area.
Yeah. So, upon doing this kind of project, what are the problems that you faced, and how did you encounter them?
Well, the way we think is really, we're very proactive. So, though we are aware of problems, it doesn't faze us, no? So when we make a project, we make sure that it is very successful. So we plan the parameters. For example, here, in SOS, we limited our resources to one area so that we can service their needs. The teens, we have a project with the teens, we have a project with the kids, with the mothers. But as I said, it's short term because in one happening was there was a change in director. So sometimes you're good with one director, the next time they're not so receptive anymore. So that's always part of politics is always present in any organization. So also in our club, as I said, there's a change in membership also. There will be usually in any club, given that it's voluntary, so you cannot really demand so much from the people. You can say, oh, let's have a project, let's build this. That's why one person did it. Because if she had to wait for everyone to work together, or she would expect help from these people, from Iraq, hindi matatapos yung project. So, what we normally do, that's why we have successful projects, is one is the head. And then, she implements all aspects down to the nitty-gritty, okay? Because there's a budget for it. Right? I mean, more proactive, not waiting for, oh, I'm waiting for this committee to do this committee to do that, until in the end, walang mangyayari. So, normally the problems that we face are change in membership, lack of manpower, lack of funding, no continuity in certain projects.
Thank you po for having us book donations sa kids at saka sa library. Hand over po namin yung ibang books for donations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye!